Hello, my friend. What you doing? Nice to meet you again. It's me, Long. Hey, what's up? I'm just from gym and right now I'm drained, but honestly, I can't help thinking about our lecture, our next video. So that's the reason why I'm here today to talk with you, to go with you to another journey, take another step into a ladder of knowledge. So hope your day went well. Because right now we got a lesson, we got a classroom, we got a lecture, my friend. Lecture 3, Image Reconstruction, Part 1. So it's 9 p.m., right? It's 9 p.m. right now. Okay, let's make it quick. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's make it great. No quick. Let's make it great, alright? Let's go. Lecture 3, Image Reconstruction, Part 1. Oh my Lord, Jesus Christ, what is it? Algorithm. So, first of all, let's go through about the reconstruction terminology. There are, I think, let me see, 1, 2, 3. There are three part about the common terminologies in the reconstruction process that you may meet in future. Okay, let's go. What is algorithm? It's a basic word, right? It's a basic word. Algorithm is a precise step to be performed, just like the sentence right here, to be performed in a specific order to solve a problem. On another way, you can call the algorithm is a finite set unambiguous steps performed in the prescribed sequences to solve a problem. What is it? The two main characteristics of this algorithm definition. First of all, precise of steps and finite of steps. Second of all, the unambiguous steps. It's clear. It's mathematics. It's all clear. It's really articulate. For example, this is the algorithm. It's a loop. Hey, you want to calculate the subtraction or addition of some numbers. They got algorithm, right? 1 plus 1, 1 plus 2. What is algorithm? 1 plus 1 minus blah 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 ABC. Yeah, finite step, my friend. Finite. There's a how can I say this? This circle is closed. That's the reason why we call finite step. That's a proof of the finite steps. And second of all, it's all clear. It's all clear, unambiguous steps. 0, false, goes to this way. True, goes to this way. Yeah, true, goes this way. Or 0, false, goes this way. Just like that. Finite of steps and unambiguous steps. Okay, that's a really basic common definition of the algorithm word. But the point is, my friend, just introduction, so we don't need to focus much about this term because honestly, the precise specific mathematics about an algorithm is, how can I say it, unnecessary for us to understand the whole process of CT reconstruction process. Yeah, you can see right here. This is how can I say it? It's an overview. It's kind of overview of the CT image reconstruction process, print to front. So we scan we scan data here, image reconstruction. We got digital image, and we change it and we display it on the screen. Now, you can see that we don't need to understand much about specific or detailed mathematics behind all the algorithm to understand the big picture, the huge big picture behind the reconstruction process, the reconstruction framework, reconstruction workflow. No need to. But yeah, if you want to talk about that, you want to think more deeply about that, you can comment below and we can connect each other by email. In this case, whole lecture tree. There's no detail of mathematics, my friend, because I create that kind of science will scare me too, and I don't really want to come back to the high school. Jesus Christ. With me in Vietnam, oh my lord, we learn many things, even just in the high school. How can I say differentiation? Yeah, and oh my logarithms. Oh, oh, many things. I can't remember that. Jesus, right now, really don't want to come back to that, except some emergency case. So that's a definition of algorithm 1.1. Let's go to the next line, which is, oh yeah, Fourier transform. Fourier transform. How can I say it? Let me go with Let me start with a little bit overview about Fourier transform, which I has learned in university. Yeah, just it's about a subject, a small subject, but we gotta go into a little bit detail. My major is biomedical engineering, and we gotta go to a little bit detail about Fourier transform. So there's so many ways to form just in the math, but the main point Fourier transform is one. I think, and it's true too. It is the most common equation, one of the most powerful equations in the world. The world, really, honestly, to because application, like you can see the definition right here. The Fourier, let me. This is just how can I say it? It's just there's a definition, and we will talk about is consequences of Fourier transform in our reality and our real world. Okay, first of all, it separates a function into its frequency components, my friend. And second of all, you can call it a technique for expressing a waveform as a weighted sum of sines and cosines. It's just the same. You can see the formula right here. Yeah, the equation right here. Huh? The A, yeah, okay. In this alpha, it's we call it phi, right? And the sin and cosine, how can it function? Have a different kind of waveform. So, how to say that? Yeah, the frequency, yeah. Just how can I say it? Yeah. So let me tell you something. So to make it so simple, the Fourier transform can help you go from this time you can see the right and bottom right, bottom left. I'm sorry, from this to this. What does it mean? What does it mean? It means oh Jesus Christ! Oh my Lord! Okay, let's keep talking. Okay, help you to go from this to this. What does it mean? It means it can help you to illustrate your single wave because theoretically, my friend, theoretically, your wave is a combination of so many waves. You gotta, and you gotta need some kind of mathematic approach to turn this simple, my friend, into components, and those components need to be expressed in some universal way. You see that? Cars, and sin. Yeah, just like that. Just like that. But the point is that the reason why Fourier transform is so powerful tool for us, because you can see that it translates, my friend. It's a translator. It's a translator. You got some signal from nature, apply FFT. You got our components. You can understand it under a universal language. Just like everything could be, how can I analyze just by applying Fourier transform. You got it? You got it, my friend? Yeah. See it? It's another illustration, another example of Fourier transform. You got a time domain, right here, waveform, and you analyze it, you divide it into components. Here, frequency domain, shoo, shoo, shoo. Yeah, here, just the same, yeah. It means, theoretically, yeah, you combine three of them, you got this sum. So you just do a little trace back, you trace it back, all right? And yeah, that's the reason why Fourier transform is so powerful, my friend, powerful. And how many kinds of Fourier transform, my friend? How many kinds of Fourier transform? There are two kind. Two kind. Two kind we gotta just take into our mind, but because it doesn't really important for us, especially for the technicians or the radiologists, because you or we just may care only about application to how CT interact with our bodies, not about how data could be analyzed, it could be displayed, it could be calculated. But the point is you gotta remember in your mind, because yeah, not because just it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that you don't need to learn it, right? You gotta learn it, but in a maybe more superficial way, because you don't have enough time. But eventually, we gotta remember that. So there are two kinds. First of all, there is discrete Fourier transform. Discrete. It's on the right side here, and the second technique is a fast Fourier transform. It's just and two kinds of this, just how can I say, inverse version. Yeah, just an inverse version of each other. You can see right here, div. No, just the same way, but it got a two result and two efficient of every single kind of each approach. For example, with a fast Fourier transform, just like its name, really fast compared to the discrete Fourier transform. But the point of the discrete Fourier transform is more, how can I say it, in general words, you can say it's more safer. Yeah, it's safer than the fast Fourier transform. Yeah, your data won't be fly away. Yeah, won't fly away into another area. So that's kind. Yeah, just you can look to this picture. Apply discrete Fourier transform or fast Fourier transform. You can separate this single wave into three wave, yeah, three kind of illustration, and you apply the inverse version of each one, inverse discrete Fourier transform or the inverse of the fast Fourier transform. You got this, just inversion. Party. So what is it I want to say? The thing I want to say, the thing we gotta know, only need to know in this slide is, first of all, Fourier transform goal is you want to uh you want to know exactly what components in your single wave. Let's go. And how many kinds of Fourier transform? Two kinds. Fast Fourier transform and discrete Fourier transform. That's it. That's what you wanna know. Just two line, my friend. Two bottom line. That's it. Okay, let's go to the third line. Oh wow, I love it. I love it. Hey, you guys, do you see that? Do you see that? Yeah, this is an example I want to mention in the end of the presentation of this slide, because yeah, I got a time in my younger age. And yeah, it's just while I was doing this slide, I just remember that, and I really want to share with you the correlation between interpolation of the reconstruction process and the just like the relationship, the extrapolation, but not the reconstruction process, but the radiation does limit regulation. So just first let's talk about the terminology, the definition. Okay, all right. Yeah, interpolation. Simple. It's a just like I'm writing right here, I wrote right here. It's a mathematical method of creating missing data. Yeah. And the point is, while whenever you talk about interpolation, you gotta in your mind gotta know what is the opposite thing. Not the opposite thing, just I think it's a close friend, because they are used by creating the same thing, you creating the missing data, right? So there, on the other hand, on one hand, interpolation. On the other hand, we got extrapolation. You see that? It's a picture. I think it's one of the most how to say it, most articulate picture in the whole this session, because it's simple, it's clear, and everybody can get it when you look into this picture. Yeah, so those nodes is a data. Yeah, they call six. No, sorry, seven data points, and interpolation means you you got a number, you got a number by calculating algorithms, right? You got a number inside this, how can I say, inside the limit. Yeah, from this x and from this y into in this limit. That's called interpolation, right? It's simple. And extrapolation means you got a data, you got this missing data. Theoretically, your data is assumed to be like that, the linear right here, huh? The linear. But you got only seven data points, so you got a interpolation and you gotta extrapolate it. So extrapolation means you got a data. Yeah. But right now the data you want is outside your inherent limit, your current limit. So just like that, yeah, it's this kind of x is lower than your current x over your data point. Yeah. 0 to maybe 5, and then the y variable is the same thing. 0 to the 10 point, yeah, 0 to 10 units. Oh, the same thing right here. So just like extrapolation and interpolation is mathematical method to creating missing data. That's first one. And the second one is interpolation, extrapolation differences. Just are all about inside or outside your current limit made by your data point. Just like that. So that's first thing, that's a definition. But and the second thing you can call about the forms of interpolation. So what is a form? Uh, so like right here, we assume our data is linear. It's linear, which means this is straight line. The straight line, okay, straight line. But the point is, in a reality, our data usually most of the time it doesn't like linear. It's maybe, yeah, it's you can see that is it doesn't straight, isn't straight. So and we call it that linear right here. We call it cubic. And usually in other case we got a illustration, assumption about our shape of our data. So we call it all this except linear is a even a linear. We call it a multivariate shape, multivariate assumption shape, just like that, multivariate. And yeah, it reminds me the time I was learning statistics. Yeah, and multivariate regression is one of the most, I think, one of the most common words when you talk about interpolation, extrapolation, when you talk about how to guess numbers, how to guess data points, which is not in your data limit. Yeah. So multivariate regression, multivariate shape, multivariate assumption shape, just like that. Depends on your assumption, depends on your, and there is many can, I pen in the world, really many patterns in the world. So just like those kinds, just a sort of amounts, just little amounts of assumptions. So there's a we have just, how can I say it, went through two main points. First of all, definition of interpolation, and second of all, forms or kinds or types, stereotypes of interpolation. So the last one, as I mentioned above, and I'm sorry, as I mentioned before at the beginning of our slide, the example here of extrapolation from radiation dose limit regulations. So let me start with, let me see, please give me 2 seconds. I want to drink a little water right now. Just went from the gym and a little bit drained right now. Mm-hmm. Mm. You know what? I will start with let's go to let's go to the how can I say it? Let's go to the definition. Yeah, extrapolation is in this case just like the same extrapolation or interpolation on the image reconstruction. Yeah, because let me introduce you about the interpolation process of the workflow of the image reconstruction. So you got an image, you got data, right? And sometimes you got how can I say it? Your data can cover all the things of your body, and sometimes you gotta your data is how can I say it? Miss something while you scanning. So that's the reason why you gotta do some interpolation, extrapolation to get a data point that data point to get it done, right? To get a complete image. So the same thing, the same thing. Don't give me wait. But and in the radiation dose limit regulation, you got kind of the same similar process. So the radiation dose limit is when you want to set a limit of radiation dose, right? And but the point is, what is the data point? How can we get a data? How can we know how much radiation dose will affect our body? Guess what, my friend? Just just guess. Any ideas? Any ideas? Yeah, yeah. I think you need a data to do the extrapolation. Everything in the world just like that. You can, my friend. You can just give it a number, an odd number, even number, 5, 3, 7, because you love it. No, we're scientists. They're scientists and everything, every regulation, every limits. It just is a strict science-based limit number. All right. So they've used the data extracted from the atomic bomb event. Some how can I say it? Atomic factory, atomic electricity factory explosion. They got data from there, and so they did the extrapolation just like that because the data from those events is too severe, it's too extreme. You got a really high number, and you got a exposure measurement from the people inside their area, right? But the point is, our CT system, our radiological system in modern day is it just make you exposed to a little radiation dose. So that's the reason why you gotta do a extrapolation. Why? Because that data is outside of your current data extracted from the atomic bomb explosion or some electricity atomic factory explosion, just like that. So yeah, I think that's an interesting correlation between interpolation slides and and the application, but not in image reconstruction, but in another fucking area. Oh, right, cool, right? Yeah. So let's go to the next slide because we just done the reconstruction terminology, the first part. Let's go to the second part, equipment component used for image reconstruction. Oh, I'm sorry, seems like we got a spare slide, so I deleted it. Okay, so everything we need is in the slide. All right, so we will go through those, my friend, those information. First of all, hardware and software, hard disk, sometimes which can be called hard drive, the ability to store data, computer components. First of all, let's talk about hardware and software. Hardware and software, yeah, I think it's a simple definition because hardware. What is hardware? Hardware is a visible thing. It's a physical thing. You can touch it. You can you can touch it. You can feel it by your hand sensation. The software is the kind of you maybe you just can see it. No, you can't see it, right? You can see as result after processing. It's just like electricity. You can not non-physical thing, all right? Non-physical thing. I think it's a great definition about a software. Non-physical thing. So that's the hardware and software. The second thing, one of the most I think one of the most important thing in the past, because in the past our city system didn't have a huge memory hard disk. But this time it's not a problem right now. Even the conventional X-ray system right now got a really huge memory capacity. So just let's talk about hard disk and hard drive, okay? Hard disk and hard drive, the most popular, the most important thing, ability related to this component is the ability to store data. So let me show you. So there are kinds of let me see. There are kinds of definition of terms you gotta understand, you gotta know, you gotta remember. I think remember just unit. So first of all, pixel, you know that, right? Matrix image, yeah, you know the two. Image, you know the two. Bits, alright, just unit become byte. Okay, bits, byte. Okay, megabyte, just megabytes, just 1 million. Yeah, 1 million bytes. Okay, let's go. So I can show you right now. If anybody told you your hard disk storage capability is about 1 gigabyte, 100 megabyte, or anything like that, you can imagine that if you want to take, no, my friend, you can imagine that you can ask them, or you can calculate by yourself how many images your system could store. Okay, so this is how we calculate that. First of all, in case you want to store a 512 matrix image, you need a 2.6 144 pixels. Why? Because 512 plus 512 multiply for 512 is 262 144 pixels. So that's the first thing. Okay, just remember that. Give it away. Let's go to the next sections. And the section 1 you gotta know this: 1 byte equals 5 bits. And give it away. Just remember that. And give it away. And the first thing is one digitization for 1 pixel needs about 10 to 12 bits. So that means you need 2 bytes to cover 1 pixel. Is it clear? Because 1 byte is equal 8 bits, and you need about 10 to 12 bits to cover 1 pixel. So that's the reason why you need 2 bytes to fit overfit the limit. Alright, this requirements. Okay, so it's the most important thing. 2 bytes for 1 pixel, which means you take the 2 multiply by 262 144. You got a 524 288 bytes for just one 512 matrix image, which means if you don't want to save one image with a 512 matrix, you need 0.52 megabytes. And in the case you want to increase your image resolution, you need 124 matrix image. You need approximately 2 megabytes. That's it. And if anybody else tells you that their hard disk storage capability is about that number, just take that number and divide it by 2. You got a number of images you can store at once. Alright, my friend? Cool, my friend? Are you cool? Yeah, just like that. It's all about hard disk and hard drive. The main goal of hard drive or hard disk is all about storage ability. Yeah, you want that to store everything. So, okay. And let's go to the computer components. First of all, my friend, central processing unit, CPU, the thing control everything things. I don't want to talk about too many times. And the second thing, we gotta iron out together because it kind of there's so many, how can I say, there's so many components. There's so many variations of the computer memory. First of all, let's talk about solid state memory. Yeah, solid state memory. And we got, first of all, ROM, read-only memory. Second of all, we got WOM, write once, read many times. Third of all, we got random access memory, RAM. And in the category, in a ROM category, we got compact disc recordable CDR, and we got digital video disc recordable DVD R. And that's the opposite one with a RAM is the same zero asset memory. So let me explain you a little bit about this, right? You need to look at it and just change your mind and just take a little explanation into your mind too. It won't take you much time, but you gotta remember, right? So I think, as I remember, in golden era of computer PC, personal computer, it's a really universal word. But nowadays, youngster, our kids doesn't care much about that, except they got a lot of money and they want to spend it on some personal computer. Yeah, very enormous personal computer, and they really care about that. Except that nobody cares about it. I don't know why. But yeah, let's go about it. It's really simple. You got only 5 minutes to get it. First of all, read only memory ROM. That's the kind of ROM is permanent. Is usually a permanent storage. Yeah, means if you shut down your computer right now, if you shut down my computer right now, your data will be safe. We will save. Honestly, we will save. You when you turn on the computer. Next day, your data still the same. Your files still the same. Yeah, that's a read-only memory. The second one, write once, read many times. One, just like how to say, write once, read many times. Let's see. Oh, my friend, I think. I'm sorry, my friend. Those two little friends are supposed to be here. I'm sorry, really sorry, my friend. I didn't realize that. So I'm sorry. So just like the CD and DVD, yeah, you imply the data into this kind of solid state memory material, and you can only read it. Yeah, you can only read it write once, but read many times. You write once, you got data into your disk, CD or DVD, huh? But you only can read it the after then. Right, one, just like that. That's an example. One of the most common example of that. And the third one, the random access memory, RAM. So the random access memory is a kind of the ROM. The ROM right here is read only. You can't change the information right into that. So I will explain it after that. I will explain it how the data access hierarchy works in our computer. But right now, just change your mind that ROM is read only. You can't change anything into that. But the point of RAM can help you to access our files, help you to change information in the files. That's the reason why we need RAM. We got data from ROM, we open it, and the RAM help you to change it, to modify it. But the point is, my friend, you gotta save it, gotta control and S to save your file. So if your file goes into the ROM and it won't be missed if your computer is suddenly shut down. Alright? The RAM. And there's another kind of modification system. If you want to, there's some serial access memory, same. The point is, the difference between SAM and RAM is implied into their way it works. So random access memory RAM is faster than the serial access memory because the serial access memory is comparable with a cassette disk. You know that? Yeah. So to be short, just remember RAM is way more faster. Okay, just like that. And right now we will go to the data access hierarchy. So let me bring to form this picture, this image. I'm sorry, how can I in front? Okay. So first of all, you turn on the computer, right? Turn on the computer. Input devices, mouse, keyboard, scanner, camera, make videos. We won't talk about it. We'll just focus into the permanent storage and temporary storage. All right. And you turn on the computer. Just CPU turn on, right? And the data from the ROM turn on. You take the data from the ROM, and if you open it, RAM. Oh my God, this picture is wrong. Here, there is a mistake. RAM is not a read-only memory. Read-only memory is a ROM. RAM is a random access memory. I'm sorry. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Okay. And the data from ROM, you will be helped by RAM to fix it, to change information into that. Yeah. And if you don't want to lose your information, if you turn off the computer, because as name those storage system, it's just a temporary storage system. If you want to save it permanently, if you want your data will be there permanently and will be there after you shut off, after you turn it on. Next time you gotta save it, and the activity save, you turn that data from RAM to the ROM. All right, to the ROM. So RAM and ROM will work concurrently, simultaneously, to help you change the data and save it. So just like the CT system, computer system. And because we don't want, our manufacturer doesn't want to, nobody wants to lose data, right? So our CT system computer will automatically save your data while you scanning, while you taking picture, taking data. So it means you don't need to push the Control and S button on a keyboard. Yes, automatically save your data into the ROM. So if your I'm gonna say if your city system suddenly shut down, just data will be the same because but there are several times, in my first application trip with my application team. Yeah, that man, my senior a few years ago, he told the technicians that even though our city system got automatically save the data, but in case you shouldn't shut down your system too fast. Too fast, right? Yeah, because too fast means you shouldn't how can I say it? You just take out your electricity cable out of the electricity box. Yeah, just like that, shut down. Because there are too many data and your computer system have to work so hard at the same time. It's just in a fraction of seconds to process the data. So that's the reason why if you turn off the software, turn off the working box, turn off, but you gotta wait a little bit time. For example, maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, to make sure your data is processed completely. Yeah, completely. So yeah, basically we got a regulation implying our system that our data will be saved automatically. But the point is there are too many data, and you gotta give your algorithm time to process it. So if you turn off at a time, you shut down, you just close the working box and you shut down right at a time, and you just take out a plug. Yeah, and the next day you turn on the computer, you won't see anything. Is usually happen to the I understand it to the weekend. Yeah, to the weekend, because in the weekend everybody want to go home in the country, want to go home, and their hometown usually locates how can I say locate far from the central city, so they need to go home soon, and everybody just want to be quick. Around everybody just want to be quick. So that's a little story I want to share with you. Yeah, you know, how can I say it? The difference between theory and reality is huge. Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I think it's usually huge, because you got one in a theory. In our assumption, everything is ideal, idyllical, right? Ideal. Everything is perfect. Everything is straight line. Everything is smoothly. Yeah, but the point is in practice, there are many things we have to tackle, and I really appreciate person who work in techno, radiologists, technicians, doctors, because the books could teach you a little bit. Honestly, they teach you many things, but you gotta know how to apply it in the real world, and you gotta learn, you gotta accept that your reality usually doesn't match your theoretical expectation. But I think that's the way we grow up, right? That's the way we being more mature over time. We accept that, just like an nature of our world, our society, and we become more careful, tactful, subtle, and eventually we become a simple or the balance between theoretical person and realistic person. Yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point. And out of my story, just want to give you that illustration. Yeah, it'll be balanced, because theories could help you a lot. Without theory, without a strict workflow, without a strict mathematics, base mathematic background, you couldn't do anything. Our world can't be built without math. Without math, you know that. So we gotta be balanced, right? Gotta be balanced. It's great word. That's our ultimate goal. We gotta be balanced between theoretical person and realistic person. Yeah, that's a hard the one of the most the hardest task I have ever experienced, but it gives me a good reason to leave, to move on, to motivate myself, just like that. I got many plans, so many plans before start doing it. This kind of lectures, but eventually, yeah, in real life, in real life, and in the real application, I realize that many things doesn't match my expectation, but I just accept it. I just move on, just keep talking, because as long as I keep the main goal the same, as long as I keep the main goal the same, I just want to share knowledge to you. So everything is just doesn't matter much. So that's my point, my friend. That's my point. I gotta eat something right now. I gotta go to sleep. It's gotta be late right now. It's 9:30, and hope you gotta had a great time with whole lecture. It's compared to the previous lecture, I think it's shorter, but yeah, that's my intention because I don't want my lectures too long and waste you too many times. And just like in high school, we don't want to be in a class for too long. We gotta go outside, walk and visit our girlfriend, visit our friends, and go to the toilet, take something to eat. Uh, I don't know why. I don't know why, but sitting too long or even walking too long, everything too much is not good. It's not good. Less is better in this case. Less is better, especially about studying. Less is better. You will be drowned with the knowledge, my friend, all the time. So that's it. Hope your day goes well. I'm sorry. Hope your next day goes well. All right, my friend. Good night. Have a good time with your family. Wish you best night. Bye bye.